This video is for the people that think that just because you can't solo carry a game when you do better than your opponents means that you're bad. Because that's not true. It never has been true, it never will be true. Because this is a team game, and even if you play as a team, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll win if your team isn't on your caliber. This is against Twisted Fate. Normally a pretty easy lane for Zed. However, watch how I out-macro this guy. And it's very hard to out-macro a Twisted Fate, but watch how I do it. And if you hear booming in the background, it's because there's a rain and thunderstorm where I am. Always remember that just because you win a game doesn't always mean you're better than your opponent, and just because you lose a game doesn't mean you're worse. You can be the best player on the team, best player in the game, and still lose. Never forget that fact. Now, once I hit level 3, I could have flash auto-ignited him with my passive to kill him. However, the second I hit level 3 was the same second that Twisted Fate decided to flash away, so I was no longer able to finish him off. But that's still good for me because that's a Twisted Fate with no flash, no teleport now, and I still have both summons. Now it's just a matter of hitting my combo. He sat on my shadow there, which let me do a lot of extra damage to him. So you can tell that this is not a very good player. Anyone that gets out-macroed by a Zed as Twisted Fate, you can tell that they're not good at the game, so. Graves comes for a chain gank, but Rengar is here for the counter. So I don't want his death to be in vain, so I go in to kill Rengar. knowing that I would die, I knew that, but I wanted the kill. If you need to sacrifice yourself for an early kill on Zed, it's okay to do it. It's only once you get to the point where you are fed, where it's no longer worth sacrificing yourself for kills. But you need to get there, so you can trade 1 for 1 just fine. Plus, what I did made Graves' failed gank successful in a way that it still netted me a kill even though we both died. I just didn't want his effort to be in vain, basically. So he hits level 6 before I do, and he immediately goes for a gank, because bot lane was pretty vulnerable in the middle of the lane. They didn't respect TF's level 6, so they end up dying. I try to find them here, but by the time they finished pushing the wave, they immediately started going back, so I saw that, so I turned back around right away. As you can tell from the lack of any kind of highlight markers, the first half of this game is very boring. I already displayed the times where I hit my combo on him, and how he's not very good at dodging. Basically, I end up winning the lane at some point with kills. Yeah, I solo kill him one time there. And oh, that's the multi-kill bottom. I'll show you guys that. Let's skip ahead to the interesting events. Because I already showed you guys a little bit of the laning. Let's see that again. So he calls in a blue card instead of yellow, but that's alright, I think, in this situation because he was low on mana, and he's close to his tower. So, what he could do is with the mana he would gain from hitting me with blue card, he would be able to fight back with his other abilities, and bring me onto his tower for tower damage to land on me. If he just gold carded me, yeah, he'd be able to run away, but he would also be losing a potential kill on me. That's the core of what he's doing here. This was a greedy card play. He wanted me to stay there to kill him. To try and kill him anyway. But look how he messes up. Well, it's not that he messed up, he didn't really have much of a choice. I get what I want, no matter what. And the way I played it is, after dodging the blue card, not only does it prevent him from getting any mana back to more effectively fight back against me, it also stops me from taking the damage, which makes me less vulnerable under his tower. But as you can see from the top right here, I'm still at less than half health. 3 tower shots and a couple auto attacks from Twisted Fate and I'm dead. So what do? I need to immediately go back, but before I do, I need to put my W shadow there because only one shuriken won't kill him here. And I have to land them both. And I have to do it outside of tower range. So let's see how I did it. Notice how I save my E until after I throw my shadow out to slow him down. I wait for him to decide how he's dodging, and once I get a good lock on him with the slow, I throw my shurikens and I get the kill. And there's nothing else he could do. I try to go after Rengar here because I noticed he's low after ganking Mord. But he went back by the time I realized it. So let's check the scoreboard after I get a new song going. Okay. Fast forward. Let's get to the interesting parts. Alright, so status of the game. Support 1 and 1, ADC 0-3, Jungler 0-2, top laner 2 and 3. So it seems like I'm the only one that has managed to beat my opponent, not only in kills but also in farm. But now the problem is, TF has more assists. He's able to get some help for his team in between getting killed by me. So now what do? Because League of Legends is a team game, I can't solo carry, and Zed is not a solo carry champion in higher MMR ratings. He's not Darius or Irelia. So I need to help them get strong. At this point, it is no longer enough to beat him, I need to out-macro him too. And that's exactly what I'm planning here. And he tries to follow me, he tries to counter my macro. Unfortunately for him though, I'm better than he is. In essence, that was a quadra kill. My laner followed my gank and still didn't fail to stop me from turning it into something that's better for our team. Let's see it again because that was a really hectic team fight, but the way I played it is very good, and I want you to see how. Slow-mo it this time. So I combo on Thresh, but I get knocked back by him and Vayne. So now I need to switch to a different target because Thresh isn't worth ulting at this point. Look at his health. So I switch to Vayne with my ult. Once I hit her death threshold, I go back and I start to do my AoE damage. Killing Thresh and Vayne in the same moment. Rengar had nowhere else to go. He was below half health, which allowed me to finish him with my passive and E. The reason why I back off here, even though I had Graves coming, is because I didn't know if TF had his stun coming up. And if he did, then I would be dead. Because I can survive his wild cards, but I cannot survive wild cards and one of the colored cards. Now, he had to make a decision here. Stun Graves, or wait for me to take my shadow and stun me instead. Because I can kill him faster than Graves can kill him. But Graves was in his face, so he just did what he thought was best, and that clearly wasn't the right option, as you're about to see. If he saved his card, he could have killed me, but not really, because I wouldn't have taken my shadow unless I saw him use his card. And that's everything that went down in that team fight. Now watch as I keep ganking bot, as I'm 5-1 at this point, insanely fed, very strong. Vayne has no jumps. If I dodge Condemn, she's dead. If Thresh can't save her, she's dead. There's nothing she can do. Plus, Xayah Thresh is very easy to gank for as well. So watch how I extend my pressure to the bottom of the map. I leave Twisted Fate with a lane, and I frantically ping them that I'm on my way down. Twisted Fate is stuck farming, he doesn't have ult again, and this is the macro I'm talking about. So for the people that say, oh, all you worry about is winning your own lane, no. That's just step 1 to my strategy. Step 1 is having my way with my opponent. Step 2 is having my way with their whole team. I completed step 1 in this game. That allows me to help everyone else. But even when you do that, it doesn't always mean you'll win the game, even if you do your job to the best possible degree that you can. It doesn't always mean you're assured the victory. Because it's also about the skill level of your teams. You can try to make up for your team's deficit as much as you want, but if they're clowns, you're almost always going to lose, and that doesn't make it your fault. So Camille at this point was extremely fed. So there wasn't much I can do about her showing up. She got a lot of kills off of Mordekaiser. She stomped him. But me dodging the gold card allowed me to still get a kill in this situation. I was 2v1 against someone who's even in gold, even in kills and deaths, and someone who's ahead, and I still get a kill. And Camille ends up clowning here. She got too greedy for Graves under tower. And look, I show up bot again here and get a double kill. Because I see Mordekaiser's farming my lane, and he has to, he's behind, so I let him, because I'm a good teammate. So I end up wrecking these kids instead. Every single time I roamed the map, it was successful.
I don't have much to say about this. I mean, it's clearly me outplaying a support that is designed to save people from exactly the situations that Rengar was in. And it's not that he failed to do that, it's that I succeeded more than he did. Notice how I saved my shadow because I saw the lantern coming. And even if my death mark didn't kill him there, my shuriken would have. I knew Thresh was nearby, so I saved my shadow. I even saved my E. Until he was sitting on the lantern for quite a while, so I didn't think he was going to click on it or not, so I used my E to get that death mark damage that killed him without needing my shuriken. But then I did it just in case. I take down Vayne here. Oh yeah, I just pop her here. Don't even auto attack her. At this point, I'm just extending my lead as much as I can by punishing them for their terrible positioning. It's not really that her positioning was all that terrible. It's more about the fact that she positioned in a way that didn't keep in mind how powerful I am. Camille flashes to kill me here. I'll take it. I'll take the flash. I don't really care when I die as long as they use meaningful resources to do that. Because look, I still have mine, and I can use that to maybe get a double or triple kill, or just do more than she did with her flash, or do more than my opponents do with their flash, which will allow me to win the game harder than they can with the way that they use theirs. That's my philosophy towards saving flash. So I'm still dead at this point. I'm watching the team fight, I'm watching them battle. Camille 1v2's my AD carry and my jungler. But surprise, there's a horny ninja in the shadows. That's one down. That's two down. So it ends up being better for us. 4 for 3. As you can see, they don't necessarily have an advantage when I'm not in the fight, because my team, I brought them ahead enough, I got them strong enough that I don't need to be there at the start of the fight for them to be able to do very well. So by the time I do show up, and they've done their work, I can do mine. Let's fast forward. I get Rengar here. Let's see how that happens. Once I change the song, of course. Okay. I outplay both of them in the same exact way I did earlier. In the same exact way, I outplayed them. Both of them. Now Camille gets me here with a glitched stun. Let's see that again. She kills me with a glitched stun. One more time. But we got her low enough to where Graves can kill her with red buff. And now since I solo killed Rengar and did enough damage to their only real carry, Camille, that means my team can finish it up 3-1. I order them to Baron here. Because at this point they're still kind of behind. Because most of the gold lead is on me. So I order them to do this because I want them to have the 300 gold from Baron. So they can be even stronger without me. Because macro isn't just about playing the map. Macro is also about how well you can lead your team. And I'm being the leader of this game. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, that was the game-winning play right here. Is kill Vayne. Even though I don't need 2 shurikens to kill her, I still put my shadow by her because I knew Camille was following me. So, once I go back to my R, once she comes to me, let's go back to my W. And then my team can finish her off because they're strong. Because I made that my goal. If I W'd to Vayne and then ulted, Camille might have killed me, maybe Thresh could have saved me. But the way I played it was correct. This is when we win. Notice how I took control of the game and then gave it to my team. That's what I do every game, or try to do. So if you lose a game and you did what you had to do to get your team ahead and get yourself ahead, don't let anyone tell you that you didn't macro. Don't let anyone tell you that you didn't do better than your opponents. They're wrong, and they know this. Thank you for watching.